Hey everyone, this week I turned 41, which made me think back on my disc golf career because I got my first starter set when I was 31, which means I've been playing for a decade. I was wondering, what should I do to celebrate? Maybe play 41 holes? And in doing so, started thinking about how many different courses we have here in Center Region. I did the math, and from our 5 local courses, there are actually 99 baskets. So I thought, what the heck? Celebrate a decade of disc golf. Let's go see if we can play all 99 in one day. So we're starting today at Circleville Park. The sign a little bit dewy here this morning. You can see that there is a nice layer on the ground. Circleville is our area's oldest course. It started as just a 5-hole course more than a decade ago, before I moved to this area actually. And it should be a quick way to warm up here. I'm going to keep track of my score as I go, and I'll put those up on the screen. One hole down, 98 to go. Not off to the best start. 3 holes in, and Circleville is, of course, I should be below par. Every time I play, I'm right at par. So we'll see if I can get my first birdie here. Okay, under par. Nice. I think I'm pretty well prepared for today, but something I did not prepare for is how wet my shoes are already. Pretty soggy. Nine holes down, 90 to go. Somewhat respectable, I guess, -3. But even more important, it only took me 20 minutes to play. That should be my fastest round of the day. We'll see. On to the next one. Okay, course number 2. We're going from the oldest course in Center County to the newest one. This is Wilderness City. It has only 9 holes, but there is both a short and a long version of each. So I'm going to try and play simultaneously. That is, throw a shot to the short pin and a shot to the long pin before moving on to the next hole. We'll see how it goes. Oh. Took an unfortunate bogey on 3 long here at Wilderness City, so my first bogey of the day. Parred the other one. Yeah, keep on going. Eesh, 2 bad throws here on this next hole. It's going to be something to recover from, I guess. Feeling pretty good so far. Got messed up by a couple of the long ones, but it's okay. This is a tricky little course. I mentioned this is the newest course in our area. This is actually a course that is reusing the baskets that were originally installed in a course that I'll play later today. It's kind of cool to have that little slice of history. They're not the greatest baskets, but to have it passed on to another course to be able to play there is really cool. And man, for this little slice of property, they have really done a lot to make this a challenging and fun course here at Wilderness City. All right, I got away with a missed long putt, which wound up being a par on the shorts. You can see I heard my disc crash, so I'm stuck here in the trees trying to figure out where it went for the long basket. Oh, I may have just gotten lucky here. Do I see it? Out of trouble. Out of trouble. Woo. All right, maybe I can save par here too. Thanks to a bad tee shot and a bad approach, I wound up with another bogey on the long pin, parred the short. Somewhat unfortunately, that puts me at 1 over for Wilderness City for the entire round. I think I'm still below par on the day, but it's only going to get harder from here. Ready to move on to the next one. Next up is Burnell Park, affectionately known around here as the Airplane Park. It's pretty close to the airport, and the playground has all kinds of airplane themed stuff on it. This is maybe the course I've played most often since moving to State College 9 years ago. It was the longest course when I arrived here, or it quickly became that. It was 9 when I arrived, and soon after had an additional 9 holes added. So I'm fairly familiar with it. Summer can be somewhat overgrown, but it's in decent shape right now. It's very foggy and still very damp, and my shoes are still very wet, but it should be fun. This is the only par 4. It's not a great design of a hole. It's just tight and narrow and no real good lines with how grown up this course is. That was a terrible tee shot nonetheless. here's part of the problem with Burnell. There is some very deep rough if you find yourself off the fairway. Fortunately, I found my drive and should be able to save. Well, I might have my first lost disc of the day. That tee shot was not that bad. I know it's right in this bunch of taller clover. I just can't find it. So, this might be a bit of a fall apart hole here, as that cost me a stroke, and we'll see what I finish up with. Meadow Wild Davis.
Hey,
natural element. Well, not really. This isn't Penn's Prairie.
this is not my natural element today.
Out of your element.
Out.
Close to one of them.
Kane's here too.
The master of 4 elements.
Might try and play with these guys for a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Okay, where this wound up. Whew. Nothing like a lost disc to really make you fall apart. Let's see if I can save this one. That was not a good approach where I've got myself. I think that is first 5 of the day. Ooh. That's not a good way to keep going. It looked pretty good. We'll see. I mentioned at the start of the video that Burnell used to be a 9-hole course. Hole 9 used to tee off where hole 17 currently does and goes to 18's basket, which was old hole 9's basket. It's a little different from this angle, going through all that to find the basket somewhere back in there. We'll see how we can do it today. Just wrapped up at Burnell, trying to do my scorecard here as I walk to save some time. That lost disc really did some damage to my score and my ego, I think. I managed, I think, to stay under par for the round. Yeah, 3 down here at Burnell, which is not too bad considering I had a bogey and a double bogey, but far from my best round here. On to the next course. We're at course number 4. 4 is it now? Tri-Municipal disc golf course, also known as Penn's Prairie. This was another course that started out as 9 holes, 9 pretty short holes, but has expanded since to 18. A beautiful old farm property that's been converted. Its rolling hills are now an 18-hole disc golf course, and we'll see how we can do. I'm going to set up a time lapse here, show you guys a little bit about this course in a different perspective, I guess. Well, like all good ideas, it was a good idea until it wasn't. On hole 8, I lost my drive somewhere in the deep rough. Still not exactly sure where. Had to take a penalty stroke. Saved a par on the hole, but then got back to find out that my beautiful time lapse had tipped over at some point. So I apologize for the lack of footage on those holes. Oh, I hate losing discs, but I think I've lost another one. I'm gonna have to take a penalty stroke on this hole, which gives me my first bogey of Penn's Prairie. Yeah, hopefully this is not a trend. I'm gonna have a very light bag at the end of the day if that's the case. And it's really slowing down my time. I gotta keep moving here if I want to get this all done today. I think that was a good shot, finally. Not having the best of luck here at Tri. Well, thought I could make it through the day by charging the GoPro while I was in the car. Here on hole 14, the GoPro died, so maybe I'll give you on hole 18 after we see how I finish out. Cruising along, just have 2 more to play here. Feel a little bitter about those lost discs. I'm sure it's affecting the way I'm playing, but that's okay. On. Some good news on the lost disc front. Took a stroke off of my final score, which, yeah, whatever, I got a 5 on hole 18 as usual, so didn't really make much of a difference. But anyway, I think I'm glad to be done with Penn Prairie. On to what may be the jewel of our area, Calvary Harvest Fields. Hopefully I can get the GoPro charged up and ready for some more footage. Okay, last course at the very beautiful Calvary Harvest. Basket here, as I happen to be the one that built it. Never seemed to do very well, as you can see from my really mediocre tee shot here. But yeah, a little touch of bend here on the course. I'm not sure what it is about hole 7, the worst hole on the course for me in terms of my average score. I think it has been. This is one of the oldest holes here. It hasn't changed much at all. I never seem to play it well. Oh well. Little pine trees really make for some unfortunate bounces sometimes. Actually playing okay. That's usually when things start to go sideways, of course, but keep going. Oh boy. Saved the hardest for last, which means my score's unraveling a little bit. Some really solid tree kicks here in the last two holes. But I'm still having fun, so onward to 99. Last course of the day. GoPro battery continues to be struggling a little bit more than it maybe should. Really, it's my fault for not having a better backup plan. Home stretch here. Two more here. Holes 98 and 99 for the day. Let's see how they go. So I mentioned at the start of the video that Center County has 99 baskets on our courses, which is true, but there is also one other basket. It's a bit of a historic basket. I think the first one ever installed in Center County, but it sits all by its lonely self here at Spring Creek Park. You can see it. Certainly seen better days. Rusty chains, one's even loose. And it's got a little bit of a game you can play around 9 rules. An old school disc golf game. You can see the copyright on that is 1976. This basket's been around a little while. And the idea being that you find little markers on the ground, bricks or little holes. I think this is the first one. They're barely even recognizable anymore, but I thought just to make it a nice round triple digit, I would finish my day playing one more basket for number 100. Whew. that was a journey. Hey, thanks for following along. That was a lot of fun.